what did you take away from after you saw the film of the Cary game? What did you take away from that, and what have y'all been working on since
Yeah.
then?
Well, again, I don't want in any way this to sound. I have the greatest respect for Steve Knight and William Carey, but it's never about our opponent. It's always about us. And what I mean by that is we're competing to try to improve against ourselves. We want to be better. So we want to play to a standard. And I thought that we showed a lot of improvement. I thought our defensive intensity was more consistent. Our fundamentals were better. We looked more relaxed out there. Our offensive execution, although still is a work in progress, was better. Our chemistry was better. I was just overall more pleased with the effort. And I know some people would want to say, well, it's William Carey. Well, William Carey has traditionally given Southern Miss problems. And we were certainly had, like I said, have great respect and we did, but it's really about us trying to improve from our first game. I was impressed with our defensive effort. When I say impressed, our improvement, I thought that we for the most part, we were fulfilling our obligations on the boards, meaning blockouts, rebounds, pursuing basketballs. Thought we did a good job there, getting second shots on the offensive end, maybe third shots at times. And again, I thought we just did a better job of playing the basketball that we want to play. I thought our guards did a better job of picking up the ball and pressuring it. And then I thought we did a better job of running the fast break and pushing the ball. And so great improvement. I wish, I wish we could play Jacksonville again and kind of see where we were as a measuring stick. But, hey, that was an opportunity lost. But hopefully we'll learn. All these games and practices, though, are getting ready, trying to get us prepared and hardened up for league play.
Coach, you said the other day, I know you're going through pains. You got a lot of young kids, help them learn with classroom and stuff. You going to be down any players this week, or you got your full complement?
No, they've as of we finished practice literally 5 minutes ago. I walked straight up here to talk to you guys. Everybody's paid their penance, so to speak, and they're good to go. And not that we have a police state and we're looking for things to go wrong, but there's a standard, and they if they don't, and Jeremy McLean called me, and he was thanking me and complimenting me for us doing, and I told him, I said, Jeremy, y'all may have thought because we were playing a non-Division I, it's not situational ethics. Had we been playing Kentucky the next day, we'd have set those guys. And again, when you have an academic responsibility and obligation, we expect you to be fully engaged and doing things the right way and doing it ethically. And hopefully, again, we got to also keep in mind that these are young men, and sometimes it's the first time that they've been held accountable for doing things the right way. But we know that there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, and they hear us say this all the time, that right is right no matter if everybody else is wrong, and wrong is wrong no matter if everybody else is right. Right and wrong are right and wrong, no matter how you package it. And we're going to make sure that our basketball players are diplomats, they're good representatives of the university, but also that's publicly, but on the individual side of it is that they're learning good life lessons to help us make productive citizens. That's what education is about, and basketball is a part of their education. And of course, we also believe that by doing that, they will also help us win. We think that directly correlates to winning. So anyway, to answer your question, we should be good to go, Heath, tomorrow with our full roster.
Even Jackson's
yes. He's cleared. Okay. He's cleared from the protocol. Let me tell you, hold on. I thought you were referring to the other guys. We've got two guys that are in the concussion protocol. Mark has been cleared. He's practiced. He practiced today, looked good. DeAndre Pinckney is still in the protocol. His will be a game time decision. He still has these tests, that things have changed. 10 years ago or 20 years ago, on a concussion, they play in the next game. You don't even think about it. But now they have to go symptom-free, and then once they're symptom-free, they have to go 5 days being symptom-free, and then during that, there's all these different tests they have to take and to get to that point, and he's still in it. So we'll have to see as far as his game for tomorrow. But other than that, yes, everybody else good.
And guards, obviously, Tulane, you had one of your highest scorers, Gabe Watson, leave the program, go over there. Can you pull the curtain back a little bit on that situation, what it was like to kind of go through that and how that went down?
You know, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I have nothing but never had an issue with Gabe last year. I mean, he led our team in scoring. He led our team, wasn't even close, in shot attempts. He led our team in minutes played. You know, it's hard to show more confidence in someone that you did. I do think that, you know, he of course was here with Coach Sadler. Maybe he just had an issue with me. I don't know. Like I said, we never had any type of run-in. The message that I got right at the end after the season was over with from Gabe and from his dad was he wanted to play on a bigger stage. That's what I heard. And like I said, I never hold any type of ill feelings or again, I just, the proof's in the pudding as far as we were concerned. Of course, we would love to have had Gabe back, and we had a lot of, I mean, based on the statistics I just told you, you know, he was certainly playing a major role in and would have continued to play a major role, but that he chose, the young people are welcome to do whatever that they think is best for them. And maybe he just didn't feel like our program was going to head in the direction he wanted to. He chose a different direction, and we've moved on, and I'm certain he has too, but we've got great respect for him as a player. He's very talented, and we'll have to be ready for him tomorrow night because I'm certain that he would want to have a good game. But there's certainly no ill feelings. And when you mentioned pull the curtain back, there was really nothing else to say. You know, maybe you could ask Gabe and he could shed a little bit of light on it, but we never had any problems with Gabe. You know, I mean, he was a great player for us. And like I said, I wish him the best of luck. And I'm not trying to be coy about it. I mean, I was just stunned, but here's the deal. I want guys that want to be at Southern Miss. All right. I'll say that. And I told he and his dad that. And so therefore I said, no, that y'all, of course y'all have already made your decision, and I don't think there's any waffling, but understand we want guys that are all in about our program and building here. And I wish you nothing but the best wherever it may be. Unfortunately, he, or fortunate, depending on how you look at it, he chose Tulane, who's someone that I hope we continue to play. So we'll probably see Gabe for a few more years. Good player.
Coach, Tulane's first two games looks like Coach Hunter will throw some press and traps at you, and he's got his matchup zone. What's been the process of getting your guys ready, particularly your guards?
Very unique style to prepare for. And Coach Hunter, he told us last year, I think he's been coaching 28 or 29, 30 years, something like that, and he hadn't played a minute, he said, a man-to-man. And they're going to play, and the way they play the matchup zone is very confusing for young guards. And so, and as you said, they mix in a lot of traps and try to catch you off guard and surprise you and those type of things. So our guards are going to have to be real heady. The guys that are not ball handling, bringing the ball up the floor, they're going to have to keep their eyes back toward the ball and make sure that we're getting into our press offense and things like that, and not be surprised. But of course, there'll be a time or two tomorrow. They do such a good job of disguising. There'll be a time or two that we probably make a turnover too. I've got to make sure I don't just blow my gasket when that happens. But just make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do and go attack. But they're a very difficult team to prepare for. And again, I give Coach Hunter credit for that.
Coach, you talked about their matchup zone a little bit. Is it more like what Temple and Cheney used to do to a certain extent, or is it a little more advanced than that?
No. I mean, you mentioned two of the best right there. So it's very similar to Coach Floyd, and it's not traditional. When you play against a team that plays a traditional 2-1-2 zone or a 1-3-1 zone or a 1-2-2 zone, there's certain ways that you attack those things. Here, they will bait you into taking quick early shots. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to take that first side 3-point shot because it may be a little bit open, and try to keep you from reversing the basketball to the other side and being patient and moving your people and moving into open spots, screening, all the different things you may do in your offense. And they try to bait you into doing that. And that's what we have to be very careful about, that we've got to show patience and take the shot that Southern Miss wants to take and not the shot that Tulane wants us to take. And there's a big difference there. And again, that sometimes takes experience. That's a little concerning to me that we're having to go with such a – I wish we'd had 5 or 6 games under our belt, but we're going to have somebody like a Mark Jackson who y'all can really, really shoot the ball. Had a great morning this morning. You know, he's going to play. He hadn't been able to play a game yet. So he hasn't – not only is he new to the United States, he's new to basketball at Division I level. And, I mean, all these things are happening. But all in all, in the long run, we got to give him an opportunity to get out there and make a few mistakes if that's what happens, kind of get those opening day jitters, kind of like the other guys have done. But, you know, to be able to play in a game like this. But anyway, we've got to take the shot Southern Miss wants to take and not the one Tulane wants us to take.
I would assume off the back of that, that's the type of defense that could prevent you from really ever getting into a rhythm, especially with the lack of experience. So how important is it to get off to a good start?
Oh man, you know, we just got punched when we got Mike Tyson down at Jacksonville. I mean, they came out and hit, you know, 3 or 4 early threes right off the bat, and we just played from behind, but knocked us back on our heels. We want to be Tyson. We want to go attack the opponent. And a lot of it has to do, Trevor, with our defense. We've got to stabilize with our defense. Our defense hasn't been great the first 2 games. We're still having some fundamental breakdowns. We're having a player or 2 breakdown. But that's if we've got a strength so far, it's been our defense. We've held both teams to either low 40 percentage or down even at Jacksonville in the 30% opponent field goal percentage. We've been strong on the glass. That has to carry us right now. But you're right. We just got to be smart tomorrow and be patient against their zone. If we'll do that, then we're going to get good shots. If we'll get good shots, then of course you'll have a better chance of winning. But I think defense I'm flipping it around on you, but I think our defense has to be what sets the tone for us. If we can kind of keep them from scoring, the longer we can kind of get in there and get a little rhythm going offensively, getting our juices flowing a little bit, I think we'll be much better. And I think we can buy that time with good sound defense and rebounding.
Anything else?
One more, Coach. I'm sorry.
Okay.
One more, Coach.
All right.
You go to the 2-point guard setup like you did last game, where you have Malone and Tay out there. Is that something you're looking at to help break this press too, going into that? How important was it for you to be able to do that last week?
Not that. Yeah, we never were able to do that last year. In fact, if y'all remember, our second best handler last year was Leonard Baker, who was also playing the 5. So you just got to do what you got to do at times. But having more, and this kind of goes to Trevor's question earlier, and having more skilled players allows you to kind of get back to a more normal type lineup. And but we really want all of our players to be able to handle and pass and shoot. That's when you've got a good chance to have a good team, when you're more positionless. But of course, to have Jay, we have great confidence when we have a Jay Malone and a Tay Hardy in the lineup at the same time. And you'll see a lot of that combination tomorrow night as well. And a lot, Heath, to answer your question, that helps us when they throw the different defenses they throw at you, when they get into their 1-2-2 3/4 court, when they get into 1-3-1 half court trap, when they come trap the first pass out of their matchup zone. They just do so much, and they do it off of a call off the sideline. So it's a little bit helter-skelter at times, and the value of him doing that, it keeps you off balance and so forth. But having 2 experienced guards out there, and I thought Tay Hardy, again, I thought he struggled a little bit at times at Jacksonville, but I thought he was much better and more under control against William Carey.
Oh. Hey, man, Armstrong, talk about last game against William Carey, and how did you feel getting back out there on the floor, and how do you feel your flow went during the game?
Yes, sir. With that being said, I mean, y'all probably know that's the first time I got to play really from redshirting last year. It was a really good experience. I'm glad I got the opportunity to go out there and play with a great group of guys, and I enjoyed it a lot. It was a good deal.
What's kind of your thoughts on the difference in depth between what you saw out of last year's team and this year?
Yeah, I feel like we're deep this year. So we can go way down into the depth chart, and the difference is just that last year, like, we played about 7 guys at some stretch, and this year, I mean, we've climbing down there. Let's see, around 11 guys. We can play a good amount of guys.
Hey Jeff, what do you feel like the biggest difference is in your game from year 1 to year 2?
I feel like the biggest difference for me is
yeah.
Let me see. The biggest difference for me would be I just feel like I adjusted to speed. So I feel like I make better plays like on defense from just being like used to like guarding better guys like in practice and stuff like that. So like, and I can carry that to the game.
Anything else for Jeff?
What do you guys see from Tulane after you're watching some film on those guys? Looks like defensively they can offer you some matchup problems with their trap and their matchup zone.
Yes, sir. They're a good team. They're active, pretty long, pretty athletic team. We've been practicing against the matchup. We'll be ready for it.
How does it feel to be playing against a former teammate? Is that going to be a lot of fun, and are you looking forward to it?
It'll be a good deal. Like I said, Gabe was here last year, and he knows we're playing, and we know we're playing him, that type thing. We'll be ready for it. It'll be a good deal.
Tyler, can you just talk about what you've seen, coming in, newer player on this team? What's the one glaring thing that you've seen from this team that you really like in this group right now?
We play hard. That's the one thing I like. We play really hard. We do what Coach asks us to do. We listen. We follow directions. He get on to us every now and then. It's still just little miscues and stuff. But for the most part, we go 100% in practice. And I feel like we can push that to the game, and we just going to get better playing together. So that's the best thing I've seen so far, just playing hard, going 100% all the time.
You guys also have a lot of talent, all kind of trying to figure out how to play together. And I could also see where there's a lot of guys who think they can kind of be the guy. So what's that been like, kind of figuring out that process earlier in the season? And Coach kind of said that the best thing that's come out of that is kind of the competitiveness that you kind of touched on right there. But what's that been like with a lot of depth and a lot of talent there?
It's been good. We all feel like we could do it. Like it's basketball. We all played basketball at high levels before it wasn't here. I know Tay played at JUCO, and Dre played at high level JUCO. J2 played high level JUCO. I came from another D1. So it's just we just got to learn how to play together, and we've been doing a great job of that. But it's been really good as far as just coming together. Like, we all play high level basketball, so I don't think that's really gonna be too much of a problem. It's just we just gotta keep playing together, and we'll figure it out and be good.
Tyler, what's the biggest difference in coming from Wyoming to Southern Miss? Is there a big difference in how they're using you here, or it's pretty much the same thing with your back to the basket, rebounding, and such as that?
I mean, it's a little different. It's a little different style of play. I feel like at Wyoming, it's more of shoot the ball and they'll run. Here is more of an aggressive style, throw the ball in the paint. The Mount, it's just Wyoming is more of a 5-out type of thing. They play a lot of 5-out. You got to be able to shoot the ball well. And then here, you got to be able to shoot the ball here. It's basketball, but still, it's more of get the ball inside. We going up. We being physical. We being aggressive. We trying to get it down in there. So I feel like that's the biggest difference for us, or for me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, a lot's been made about the increased athleticism on this team. You've been at a couple of different you've seen some basketball in your time.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think the athleticism on this team compares to what you've seen across the country in your playing days?
We're very athletic. Very, very athletic. You have JP, J2, T Steve, everybody. Jeff's pretty athletic. He's one of the fastest guys I've ever played with. He just, as far as jumping, running, getting down the floor, that's where I was more so talking about the difference, I could put that in that other question too. That's a big difference from Wyoming. And, yeah, people are more athletic and more physical. Yeah.
And how important is it to kind of stay patient in this process, especially when you look at a matchup like Tulane, a team that'll kind of throw anything at you? So what's the preparation been like for that matchup, and how important is patience for a young team like you guys?
Oh, yeah, that's a big thing. We got to be patient. We got to be strong with the ball. We got to look for each other. We got to make the right passes, make on-target passes, follow game plans, and just let the game come to us. I feel like we rush sometimes, but that'll all come into it. Like we'll be good. Just being patient. That's the most thing. We got to be patient with it. Coach Ladner does a great job of the plays that he's playing in to help us with that. Be patient, not shooting it on the first side, looking for each other, letting us play together, pushing us hard still at the same time, but letting it come together at the same time too.